On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning, yeah. We are going to kick it off with some stories. Now, the first story is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, where we are going to feature a criminal element and him Krasmite girl. Yeah, man. So the criminal element is presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as Shamar, but some people may call him Shem. Same represent for 641. Yeah, man. So you know, say him represent for down a man to go be there same way. So watch this now. Shem, him was a hittis during the thick man them rain. Him used to carry out a whole heap of fatal knockings and clappings in the name of Daddy Badness. Yeah, man. But since the demise of Daddy Badness, him start take talk from this criminal element here, presently on your screen identified as Siva. But this criminal element have been wreaking havoc in the St. Catherine North policing space and other areas that he targets when him get the hitman work them for go on with for years. Even though he's pretty young, he has been a knockis and clappis for a mighty long time. Yeah, man. So by bad man standards, you would consider him as a long liver. So watch this now. This criminal element here was also very instrumental in the fatal knockings and clappings of the Wellington family. In fact, he was one of the main trigger men in that brutal onslaught that was carried out on that family. So for those who is from the general Chambers Lane and surrounding communities would most definitely remember that brutal hit that was placed on that family. So this criminal element is most definitely not to be taken lightly. Now the thing is this, my peeps. Since Tickman met his demise and Siva no really have that strong footing because you don't know the long arms of the law is at him, it basically forced this criminal element now to go into more petty type of dealings. So him have a little Krasmite girl we come from out of East Kingston. She know herself. And what I'm about to say is just a warning to she. And if she don't discontinue from what she's doing, she too will also be highlighted. So she's from an Eastern Kingston community, but now resides in Chambers Lane because he brought her there. Now she is one that one would describe as a lady of the night. Some more time, she will call in some in-drive drivers to carry her go certain little spot, trick them on them, and make her criminal man, juke them down, rob them, and sometime even take away their cars. So she is doing the most because she want her criminal man to provide for her. So him literally have to out there robbing a thief to make sure it's a femme girl set a certain type of way. Hair done, nails done, eyelash and all these things. Yeah, man. But there's also a twist to it. The Krasmite girl, I walk with gun in a baggie. So men out there, be careful. Sometimes when I see some girl in the streets, you see once you know say certain girl there with certain man, you know have to stay clear because them girl there, I walk with gun in a baggie. So clam, and your food get nyam. Yeah, man. So anyway, pick from that what you may. Now the next story that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. Andrew South Police Division, where we have seen an uptick in crime and violence in the General Fitzgerald Avenue community, which runs off Maxfield Avenue in the St. Andrew South Police Division, where on the 25th of this month, we saw where some whole heap of knockings and clappings go on. On that same day, 2 cousins get caught up, one no longer among the land of the living, as the ongoing gang violence seems to be erupting in that area, a fight over control of the Fitzgerald Avenue community. So as I stated earlier, 2 men get caught up, said to be cousins, one fatally so. But before we get into the meat of the matter of that, I want to look on the screen and read this, because this is coming from the St. Andrew South Police. So 3 men who are being sought by the St. Andrew South Police are being urged to turn themselves in no later than today, which is yesterday, at 4 p.m. The police stated that the 3, who include a father and son, are considered persons of interest in connection with recent acts of violence in the Fitzgerald Avenue area of Kingston 13 on Sunday. So they have been identified as Andre Brown Jr., note the term, that's his son, otherwise known as Biggs in our streets, and his father, Andre Brown Sr., otherwise called Ballhead, both of Fitzgerald Avenue addresses, as well as another criminal element who is close to them, Andre Escoffrey, otherwise known as Red Nose. Him come from Treewater Street in Kingston 13. Now the police believe that these individuals may be able to assist in ongoing investigations. So anyone knowing their whereabouts are urged to contact the police immediately at 119-311 or the Hunts Bay CIB, or report it to the nearest police station. Yeah, man. So right now, my peeps, make we get into the meat of the matter. So the knockings and clappings go on the 25th, as I stated. The first one go on along Fitzgerald Avenue, definitely so, where Michael Angus, otherwise known as Miguel, 28-year-old, said to be a welder, get caught up and seriously injured. It is said that the criminal element walked up to him whilst he was standing at his gate and caught him up. He was rushed to the hospital, where he was admitted in serious but stable condition. Now the next one go on along Water Street. Now this one was not so lucky, as he lost his life same place on the spot. That fatal knockings and clappings took place sometime around 4:45 p.m. And the man in question has since been identified as Kevar Angus, 31-year-old, said to be a laborer, and him come from around Fitzgerald Avenue also. So he was taken out in a hail of bullets whilst in his vehicle. It is said that the man them roll up on him and clam, spread him out like a sheet. Kevar Angus food, get nyam. Yeah, man. Now the criminal elements in question as the police report would have clearly stated, is the father and son. So presently on your screen is the criminal element identified as Andre Brown Sr., the father, but them call him Ballad in our streets. And now beside him is him Junior, Andre Brown Jr., otherwise known as Biggs in our streets. So them two criminal element here is the main leaders fighting over the control of the Fitzgerald Avenue community. So as it relates to the knockings and clappings, the first one where the man get can up at him gate but survived that brutal onslaught was said to be carried out by Andre Brown Jr., aka Biggs, the son. But that particular knockings and clappings is said to be a friend turn enemy type of situation. Yeah, man. Now the fatal knockings and clappings that took the life of Kevar Angus was said to be carried out by their criminal accomplice known as Red Nose. Yeah, man. So Red Nose and his brother are top knockers and clappers for the father, Andre Brown Sr. So the deceased yesterday's sister is said to be the girlfriend of bald-head cousin known as Matic. Now Matic is said to be a scammer who is funding the organization. So it's a whole internal battle type of thing we see it take place inside the Fitzgerald Avenue community. So the recipients, as I stated earlier, of the can and also of the fatality are cousins. So Ballad, the father, the senior, I try to wipe out the entire family. Now another cousin who goes by the name of Finger is also on their list to be taken out. So a whole heap of things are going right now in Fitzgerald Avenue, and the residents, the regular members of Chan Public living in and around that particular space need to be careful, because Biggs was also the knockers and clappers behind the man who end up lose Fame 3 pints along Freeman Lane. So nobody take this thing too simple. Don't take this thing too light. Because this thing I tell you my peeps, I go blow up really big. And also officers who is working in the neighboring Kingston Western Police Division. The criminal element identified as Red Nose. Let me give you a name again. The criminal element identified as Andre Escoffrey, otherwise known as Red Nose, is hiding in your division, which is basically right across the street from Fitzgerald Avenue. Him a hide down in a Sunlight Street down there, so. Because them criminal element here, them not really have nowhere too tough to go. Because growing up, them only live from one end of the road to the other end, so them not really go nowhere too tough. And you don't know in the general Maxfield Avenue era, you can't too straight up on any ends, because your head top will get lick off. So I right over Sunlight Street, that's why him there. So persons over Sunlight Street, if you don't want to harbor this criminal element here, for bait up phone place where already is endangered, no continue. Because you know I got take on another set of man war, whilst you know a phone one battle a fight. Think about it. So officers in the Kingston Western Police Division, the criminal element identified as Andre Escoffrey, is presently hiding in the Sunlight Street area of your police division. Yeah, man. So there's another criminal element who is also a part of that family criminal syndicate. A little youth known as Willie. We not get a picture for the boy Willie as yet. Now, Willie is said to be the baby father of Baldhead daughter. Yeah, man. And he too is also running program on behalf of his bad-getting father-in-law. So it's a whole criminal syndicate in the whole family there. Father, son, daughter, man, everybody a criminal. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. So watch this now, my peeps. Residents, well-thinking members of the general public living in and around these communities. Anything we wanna see a go on, it a go affect you one way or the other. So me know say you no used to the see no evil, hear no evil type of situation because of the infam of that type of culture. But living in these political garrisons, my peeps, even if you're not infam, you're still likely to end up lose 3 points. So I would advise you discreetly inform the police on happenings in your community. It don't have to be Huntsby police that you inform, but just link especially 119 or 311, especially 311, because that's the National Investigation Bureau tip line. Link them people and make them know exactly what go on. Because the information that you give may become the very information that may save your life or the life of a loved one. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.